A very good afternoon to everybody. When I first received the mail that I have been invited as a speaker on this prestigious conference, I thought that the mail was sent by mistake. I have been in the ashram for the last 10 years, but it is really indeed an honor, thank you Didi, that I stand here to share something not as a technical person. I have no technical education, no technical experience in the area of environment, but as many of us sitting there and me standing here, as an ordinary person, all I can say is I have an extraordinary master who could make certain things happen through this being. I think we can all share that on a louder note. We do have an extraordinary master. How many of us have done the Art of Living's Part 1 course? Of course, the name has now changed, but how many of us have done the happiness program? So I start with a story just to refresh. We may remember, but it is just a reiteration to ourselves. So once upon a time, there was a grandfather and his grandson. We remember the story? And they were walking by the seashore. And when the wave comes, many starfish comes onto the shore. So this young child picks one fish and he throws it into the ocean. He picks another and he throws it back into the ocean. So the grandfather says there are thousands and thousands of them. It is not going to make a difference to anybody. Your effort is futile. He picks the third one and he says, grandfather, it's going to make a difference to this one. He picks the fourth and he says, grandfather, it's going to make a difference to this one. This one story that I heard first when I did the course in 2000 changed my life and my thought that yes, I am responsible and I can be an instrument for everything, whether I understand it or I do not understand it. For example, being a speaker here for environment and not doing anything much about environment. This is a perfect example. Shall we go on to the first slide? We can just look at this statement and just think about it maybe for a few seconds. Man is biodegradable. His mistakes are not. And sometimes I feel man cannot delay his degradation prior to death. We all will die, but let us not speeden our degradation before we die. Next. Since morning we have been hearing different speakers that there are a lot of problems. It is all over. It seemed all over. It does seem all over even now. The global warming and so many things. So before we move on to the next, I would like to invite 8 people from the audience onto the stage who think that you are in harmony with the nature. Let us see who comes. 8 people onto the stage who thinks, yes, I am in harmony in some way with the nature. Come. In any way, you are in harmony, I'm sure. 8 onto the stage. Give them a big hand. So what we do, we make a haphazard closure here. It could be a circle, it could be a triangle. Let us just close the circuit, but it needn't be a symmetrical circle. It could be anything.
You want a circle around you?
No, it could be just there, okay, in that area. Just make any haphazard shape. Close it. Close it. And loosen the arms. You can loosen the arms. And just sit down. Everybody's attention here? Yes? No? Yes. So can I call upon Shamla for a minute? And give her a big round of applause. Louder. So we are giving each of them one card to pick. One card each. And you have the sun card. Okay. Are we 8? Are we 9 here? 9. Okay. So can we read our cards aloud, please? Just read it aloud.
Sun.
She has the card with the name sun. Yes.
Plant.
Plant. She has a card with the name plant. Crow.
Soil.
Soil.
Decomposing bacteria.
Bacteria. Fox.
Tiger.
Tiger.
Rabbit.
Rabbit. Goat. Can we make the circle a little more unsymmetrical? So we give a thread to the sun card, give the ball of the wool to her, or maybe Shamla can hold the sun card in lieu of you, yes, and just sit there. All our attentions here, let's see what's happening here. Yes? Are we interested? Yes, no? Sleepy? Yes, no? Okay. So let's start with the game. Which thing out of these 9 cards needs the sun to process their food directly? The plant. So the yarn of wool goes to the plant, and plant, you twirl it around your finger and keep the ball of wool with you. Hold the ball of wool with you. The next question, what eats the plant out of the rest? What eats the plant? Soil. What eats the plant? Rabbit. Okay. Okay, it comes to the rabbit. Twirl it around the rabbit. Let's make it a little faster. And then it goes to the goat. Do crows eat plants? Yes, no? Yes, no? Somebody said crow. In which country does the crow eat plant? Okay. What eats the goat or the rabbit next? A fox. So take it there.
And the tiger.
And the tiger. What happens to the tiger when the tiger dies? The body decomposes, and where does the body of the tiger go?
Soil.
To the soil. So it goes to the soil. And what happens when it further decomposes? The bacteria, or maybe the crow eats the dead body. It comes to the crow. So bring it back to the crow. It has the crow. Then back to the bacteria. Bacteria to the soil. Soil to the plant. Reverse it. So everything is interlinked? Yes, no? Yes. We have heard about this in the morning session, in my previous session. But for all of us, maybe we just heard it, we did not listen to it. Now we can understand how everything in our ecological system is harmoniously and very delicately interlinked. Now if I cut any one thread, if I cut it, what happens? The whole system gets disturbed. And what cuts this web? The pollution? Yes? The global warming? Yes? So many things. We can give them a big round of applause. A louder one. We can look at now the question back to us. We know this, we have heard this over and over again in various conferences. Yes, we know this. But are we a spectator? Let's have a look at this short video. This question is to each and everybody. Am I a spectator sitting here and hearing it but not doing anything about it? The next. No. The presentation. So with this intent, with this responsibility, and with the grace of the Master, coming from a non-technical background, this thought came in my mind: what is it that I can do for the environment when I have no technical resources? To the next. I was hearing about environmental sustainability, doing something about the environment, and then a creative thought dawned. And it was once again the intent. Why not inspire people in the world just to plant a tree? One message, one intent, how does it reach to millions of people? To plant a tree. So what we did, we made a very nice film. It was a silent film. It ran across different countries of the world. Just have a look. It required no technical expertise. It required nothing. It just required an intent, a simple messaging, and influencing many people, like all of us, seeing this film and mobilizing many people. And do you know how many trees we planted in just 3 months? 6.5 million trees were planted. And we did this with the United Nations Millennium Campaign. And we have an evidential report of this, country-wise, state-wise. It is realistic, it is evidential, and it happened just through one intent to do something for the world. Before I end this session, on the first 3 rows, we have one sheet of paper that you may find. It has a list of 17 items. I do not want you to tick to everything, but at least tick on to 1 or 2 items that you think you will apply in your lives and you will make a change in other people's life. Can we go back with this message? Yes? So choose anything, and thank you so much for the session. Thank you.